Ladies and gentlemen, IWN, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications. This is your WWE and AEW Sunday Night News live stream number 3, where I'll be giving you guys your WWE and AEW Sunday Night News for your Sunday evening. So, hit the thumbs up. Let's get a lot of likes on the stream minimum. No excuses, no complaints. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, follow me on Facebook. You can add me on Snapchat, and you can follow me on Instagram. The links to all my social media accounts are in the description below, as far as where I post my YouTube content on and stuff. Also, be sure you go check out all the other live streams from last week that I streamed and produced. Be sure you've checked out all the other reviews and watch-alongs, including my Dynamite and Monday Night Raw review from last week. If you haven't checked out my Monday Night Raw or Survivor Series reviews, go check them out. Give them a thumbs up. Please, I really appreciate it. If you haven't checked out my Dynamite review, if you missed that, go check that out. That is on the channel as well as my SmackDown and Rampage review. Now, yeah, about that, I'm really pissed off because last night, my laptop went off on me. Now, no doubt that was the longest stream I've ever had on the channel. I mean, well, not entirely, but yeah, I was pissed off. The laptop cut off on me last night when I was trying to finish giving you guys your AEW Saturday Night News. Right when I was getting ready to give out that news on Kota Ibushi, the laptop all of a sudden tried to go off on me. It cut off completely, and I had to go charge it, which was some complete BS. So I apologize for my laptop cutting off on me because I was just about done giving you guys your AEW Saturday Night News, man. Just about done. I really was. Thank you guys for joining here in the live chat. Thank you guys for joining the live chat, man. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start by giving you guys your WWE Sunday Night News. We're gonna start with the news on BAYLEY. Yes, there's some news on BAYLEY. I mean, it's not really that much of a news, but you guys will find out. So there's news on BAYLEY. BAYLEY has risen to become a pioneer for the women in wrestling. For the women in wrestling. And the role model was a cornerstone in the women's revolution movement that brought better opportunities for future generations. However, BAYLEY lost her temper on the entire WWE universe, expressing her anger towards them and a certain weapon used in matches. BAYLEY made her comeback at WWE SummerSlam 2022 after recovering actually from a torn ACL injury that kept her out of action for almost a year. She returned alongside Io Sky and Dakota Kai, who came to known together as Damage Control in the WWE. The group has proven their dominance since their formation and are looking to seize further opportunities to rise above as one of the greatest WWE factions of all time, even though they've been losing matches every single week. If you are building them to be the most dangerous faction in all of WWE, then why are they not winning matches? Why are they being booked to fucking lose week after week after week? Like, I don't understand that. I thought you said Damage Control. What happened? What happened, Paul Levesque? What happened to WWE? What happened? I thought you said Damage Control was going to be built as the most dominant force within the WWE. Well, they're not the most dominant force now because they're losing fucking matches every week. How can they be the dominant force? How can they be the most dominant force in WWE when they're losing over fucking 7-8 matches every week, man? Like, really? What's going on? Why are they booking Damage Control to lose when you should be booking Damage Control to win matches, not lose matches? That's just like the fact that they never gave Io Sky and Dakota Kai vignettes. They just had them debut, and that's it. Never gave them vignettes. Same with Mia Yim, same with Candice LeRae, same with Emma, same with Chelsea Green. The same with Tegan Knox. Never gave any of these ladies vignettes. Never had them establish themselves to the crowd, nor have them debut after their vignettes, after they established themselves to the crowd. I don't understand it, man. It doesn't make sense to me. All of a sudden, now Damage Control is feuding with the duo of Tegan Knox and Liv Morgan. Hello? What the hell's going on here? I don't understand. The group has proven their dominance. Huh! Yeah, right. Give me a break. I'm not even going to say it again. The role model, alongside her cohorts, were on the receiving end of brutal kendo stick strikes lately. Now, this week on SmackDown, this past week on SmackDown, saw Damage Control take heavy kendo stick shots and beating at the hands of Liv Morgan and the returning Tegan Knox. As the trio attempted to lay a beatdown on Morgan, BAYLEY let out her frustrations on Twitter, demanding respect from the audience while berating kendo sticks. Says here, and I quote, "I hate kendo sticks and I hate all of you," says BAYLEY. Damage Control deserves respect. BAYLEY's squad, compressing of Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Nikki Cross, were on the losing end in the Women's War Games this past weekend at WWE Survivor Series. War Games Damage Control is expected to feud with the duo of Liv Morgan and Tegan Knox moving forward. Who can find a third member to pretty much combat the dominant trio? Now, here's who I think the third member could be. The third member could be either A, Chelsea Green, or B, Sasha Banks. Chelsea Green is rumored to return with Matt Cardona. I would not be surprised if Chelsea Green returns and becomes the third member. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I really would not. Or it could be somebody, it could be a female talent from NXT getting called up to the main roster, being the third member of the trio of Liv Morgan and Tegan Knox. Yeah, I mean, you just never know, man. Never say never in the WWE. Do you guys think BAYLEY will soon become the women's champion? I think she will. She has the potential to. She always has the potential to be champion. She's championship material. Hello. In case anybody didn't realize. In case anybody didn't know. There's some news on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn truly has what it takes to make the most of any bad situation in WWE. As he has earned the trust and respect of those in the company and has fans as well. The company and his fans as well. Sami has worked with numerous talents in the indies, and that includes Kenny Omega, with whom he wants to work with again. Prior to signing with WWE back in 2013, Sami Zayn was known as El Generico in the independent circuit. You guys didn't know that, did you? Well, now you know. He had a stellar run in Ring of Honor and faced many top talents. Now, he also squared off against Kenny Omega in the independent circuit. While speaking on Peter Rosenberg's Cheap Heat podcast, The Bloodline member talked about talent from other companies he would like to work with. ZAYN also made it clear he would love to work with Kenny Omega again. It says here, and I quote, "It's guys that I've worked with before that I just missed and that I would love to work with again. Now, like Kenny Omega, just as an example. I'm listening a lot of AEW guys here. And then he goes on to say, but I haven't seen him in 10 years. That's insane. The last time I saw him was in December of 2012. And I miss him and I miss working with him. He was super easy to work. He was a lot like me, actually. I thought very detail-oriented." End quote. Man, if Sami Zayn was ever in AEW, right away, Sami Zayn would be the fourth member of the Elite. I'm going to say this again. If Sami Zayn was to ever be signed to AEW, right away, just like how he was added to the Bloodline, he would immediately be added to the trio known as the Elite. He would be the fourth member of the Elite with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. I could see Sami Zayn being in that group in AEW. To be honest, I could see him aligning himself in with MJF when MJF joins the WWE in 2024. Because in 2024 he's leaving AEW. I think he has 2 more years on his contract, I believe. MJF does. Either 2 or 3 more years. Now, Ric Flair isn't a big fan of Sami Zayn's current character. Let me tell you something. If anybody is not a fan of Sami Zayn's current character, then you know what? You got to be a complete other littering idiot. If you are legitimately not a fan of Sami Zayn's character, you got to be a legit fucking NFing idiot, man. You really do. Zayn is doing the best work of his career. Absolutely doing the best work of his career. I cannot see how anybody would not like Sami Zayn's character. So let me ask the fucking negative AEW and WWE geeks online. What is it that you don't like about Sami Zayn's character? Tell me. I would love for some negative asshole to come in my live chat and say, "Oh, well, he just sounds too fucking Canadian. He's not getting enough TV time." Give me a break. He is getting enough TV time. He's been on television every week. What the fuck are you talking about? Give me a break with this mess on social media, man. I tell you. People are trip, man. Sami Zayn is doing the best work of his career with his character, man. I love this intense rivalry between him and the Bloodline, between him and Jey Uso. The rivalry between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso was one of my favorite rivalries this year, man. One of my favorite feuds in WWE, man. It had story to it. It had reaction, legit effects, everything, man. It was a build. There was a build to it. Everything you could think of, man. In this tense rivalry between Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, the Bloodline, and so and so. At first, I thought that the Bloodline was originally going to turn on Sami Zayn, but that didn't happen at War Games. I'm guessing it's going to happen at WrestleMania. Either at Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania, and I'm guessing it's going to happen at WrestleMania. It could happen at WrestleMania. I've been hearing rumors that The Rock could be number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Yes, folks. I heard legit rumors that The Rock be the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble. For that, I say, hell no. The Rock should not be number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Now, The Rock shouldn't even be in the Royal Rumble. Why is The Rock even being mentioned in the first place? The only time The Rock should be mentioned is when WrestleMania season starts. That's when The Rock's name should be mentioned. Why is The Rock's name being mentioned now about a Royal Rumble entrance? Why is The Rock's name being mentioned about a Royal Rumble appearance? I don't understand this. When you can save The Rock for WrestleMania 39. Roman Reigns, by the time the Royal Rumble passes by, Roman Reigns will legitimately have no other fucking opponents but The Rock. The Rock is the only opponent Roman Reigns has. The Rock is the only opponent Roman Reigns will have after the Royal Rumble. There will be nobody else for Roman Reigns to challenge after that Royal Rumble. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you what I know. The Rock versus Roman Reigns is the match you should book for the Royal or for WrestleMania 30. It should be on the phone. I'm just gonna say it like that. And then it's on Jersey. At WrestleMania 39. So they need to all the rails in. They SmackDown champions of all time, dude. Like, I'm not kidding. Winning his championship for WrestleMania 30, a legit great idea. It would be one of the best, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, creative decisions in all of WWE. Legitimately. It really would be. I think for WrestleMania 39, the WrestleMania 39 match card, for now, it's probably going to be Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Ronda Rousey defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. I was going to say Ronda Rousey again. I was trying to say Sasha Banks. And then we're more than likely going to get John Cena versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, let's be honest. After the Royal Rumble, Gunther's probably not going to have nobody else to face. Gunther and Roman Reigns will be left with no one to face. Gunther and Roman Reigns will be left with nobody to face. So I think Gunther versus Cena should be the match for WrestleMania 39. Or maybe we get Gunther. I didn't think of this. Maybe we get Gunther. And I'm not saying it's because it should be on the card. I'm saying it's because it's a possibility. Maybe we get Gunther versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is good. He is great as a babyface. He can do it as a heel and a babyface. He can do heel and babyface work. Bobby Lashley is good with both. Just like Kevin Owens, just like Bayley. We could get Gunther versus Bobby Lashley for WrestleMania 39. That would be a hell of a fucking match. Gunther versus Bobby Lashley. We haven't seen that match yet. Or we can get Gunther versus Edge for WrestleMania 39. You know, there's so many matches that Gunther could dominate in. There's this rumor going around that Brock Lesnar versus Gunther could be a possibility. I mean, I'm down with that. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, that'd be one of the best matches on the WrestleMania card. That's a WrestleMania caliber match right there. Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, in my honest opinion. I still want to see John Cena versus Stone Cold, though. I think they should put Gunther against Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania 39 and have Bobby Lashley maybe go up against somebody like Edge or Austin Theory. I don't know, man. You could book. Or you could easily book him against Braun Breaker. Have Braun Breaker get called up to the main roster. You could start Braun Breaker. You could start by having Braun Breaker feud with Bobby Lashley over on Monday Night Raw. You could call up Braun Breaker, have him feud with Bobby Lashley. That'd be Braun Breaker's first feud in the company. Cameron Grimes should have been on the main roster already. I don't know why he's still listed on the NXT roster when he should be already on the main roster. Miko Satomura should be already on the main roster as well. I don't know what they're doing with her. I don't know where she is. Mandy Rhodes and Toxic Attraction, they should be on the main roster too. They're still not on the main roster yet. Mandy Rhodes should be dropping her NXT championship soon. That day's coming soon. When? I don't know, but it's coming very, very, very soon. Now, as far as the Elimination Chamber goes, I'm actually going to post in the community my Elimination Chamber match card predictions. I'm going to post the matches I think will be booked for the Elimination Chamber next year. Now, the matches for the Royal Rumble will be Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. And that's probably it for right now. More matches should probably be announced going into the Royal Rumble or before the week the Royal Rumble is supposed to air or take place, maybe. I do have some news on the Royal Rumble. We'll go over it in a minute. But if you're not a big fan of Sami Zayn's current character, there's something wrong with you, man. Your head is fucked up. Either you're on weed, you're on narcotics, you're on something, dude. Sami Zayn's character is the best. He has the best gimmick in WWE today, man. Sami Zayn does. He's doing a great job. His in-ring work is great. His promos are great. He's great, period. We'll have to wait and see how WWE will be booking Sami Zayn as part of the bloodline in the coming months. You know, fans certainly can't get enough of him right now. And you know, over on Monday Night Raw, we got Candice LeRae and Nikki Cross getting ready to start their feud. We got the Raw Women's Champion, the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, and Alexa starting their feud on Monday Night Raw. So we got Candice LeRae, Nikki Cross starting their feud. Women's Champion Bianca Belair and Candice LeRae, or Bianca Belair and I'm getting these fucking names messed up. Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss starting their feud. We got Damage Control feuding with Tegan Nox and Liv Morgan over on SmackDown. Even though Damage Control are on the Monday Night Raw roster and not on the SmackDown Women's roster. I mean, I don't know why you would want to have Damage Control feud with Tegan Nox and Liv Morgan on the SmackDown, knowing how fucking terrible the SmackDown Women's roster is. I mean, the SmackDown Women's division, the division sucked, man. The division sucked all because of two people, Vince and Bruce. The division's not getting any better, man. Something needs to be done. A draft needs to happen. Brand splits need to happen or something, man. End the fucking brand split, something. The SmackDown Women's division is at an all-time low. Like, really. And I'm sure JD's been saying this a lot. I've been saying this for probably weeks. I'm sure he's been saying this for years, I'm sure. I'm sure there's other podcasters that's been saying it for years as well. Other wrestling YouTube content creators that's been saying the same thing about the SmackDown Women's division. SmackDown Women's division needs a real boost, man. It really does. Now, Tegan Nox is it's a hell of a welcome addition to the SmackDown Women's division. Thank God you got somebody in there that knows how to get it done. That'll actually make the women's division better than what it should have already been. I'm looking forward to seeing what Tegan Nox will do. I wonder what her character gimmick is now that she's changed her hair to purple. She could very well have that purple Power Ranger gimmick. I don't know. I don't know, man. But we'll have to see how WWE will be booking Sami Zayn as part of the Bloodline in the coming months. Fans can't get enough of him right now, and I can't get enough of him either. A lot of people in the IWC community can't get enough of Sami Zayn. He's doing great. Sami Zayn should be proud and should be glad that people are liking his work, because he's doing a hell of a fucking fantastic, incredible job with what he's doing over on SmackDown with the Bloodline. Now, there is some news on Scarlett Boudreaux. Now, WWE scrapped Scarlett's in-ring return for this week. Why? You guys are about to find out. Well, it says here that Karrion Kross and Scarlett returned to WWE back in August after both of them were fired by the company last year, while Karrion Kross has been actively competing. Scarlett has yet to compete in a match. In fact, WWE even scrapped Scarlett's in-ring return for this week. After this week's episode of Friday SmackDown went off the air, Matt Riddle, Braun Strowman, Madcap Moss, and Liv Morgan beat Legado del Fantasma, Damian Priest, and Zelina Vega in the dark match. According to Fightful's paywall, Scarlett was internally listed to make her return to the ring during the dark match as a participant. However, she was not part of the match in the end. Why? Why? They never explained why, though. They never explained why. Is she not good in the ring? Do they already know how awful she is in the ring? I mean, she's not awful. I've watched some of Scarlett's wrestling matches. She's not that bad, to be honest. I'm sure Karrion Kross has fucking trained her a lot. I'm pretty sure. She has been hanging around Zion Quinn's wife and Shotzi Blackheart a lot. But interesting enough, you know, Scarlett and Zion Quinn's wife and Shotzi Blackheart, you know, they be posting photo shoots of themselves on Instagram all together in one photo and all that mess. But Scarlett has still only worked 2 WWE matches ever. A dark match last year on SmackDown and a squash in 2016. I guess we'll have to see if that changes. That needs to change. I mean, we want to see Scarlett wrestle in the ring. We want to see how good Scarlett is. But Scarlett is better off being, she's better off being Karrion Kross' wife. She's better off being the, not the mouthpiece, but, you know, something else I can't get out. There's something else I can't get out that I want to say. It's like I'm trying to get it out, but I don't know the word for it. But it was further reported also that the continued internal listing came as a surprise to Scarlett, who was never informed of the match. When will Scarlett make her return to Squared Circle? Well, I don't know. It could be next month, next year. Hell, it could even be on January. It could even be on my birthday. Who knows? You never know, man. Given that my birthday, my 24th birthday is next month. You never know. So, anyways. And, of course, on my birthday, we are going to be live for Dynamite because I think my birthday is on a Wednesday on January. I think it's on a Wednesday. If it's on a Wednesday, you know what that means. My Dynamite watch-alongs and reviews will be live. My watch-along and review will be live. Hopefully, they'll make that Dynamite show perfect on my birthday. And I hope to God that Jamie Hayter is on the show for my birthday. Because you know I'm going to be watching her for my birthday, man. Jesus freaking Christ. I hope I even get a cameo from Jamie Hayter so I can meet her and talk to her, man. Like, for real. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm probably still got a crush on her, right? Don't get me wrong. Get your minds out of the gutter, guys. I know what you're thinking, man. I mean, I'm not thinking all the way that far. Now, who do you guys want to see Scarlett who drove face in the WWE? Let me know in the live chats. I don't think nobody wants to see Scarlett wrestle in the ring. At least if she wrestles, at least we could say she wrestles better than Lacey Evans in the ring. Huh. Or even better than Selena Vega and Lana. You know, when Lana was in WWE on SmackDown, when the SmackDown was roster, you know, at the time when Selena Vega was still on that roster. Wrestling like Andrade El Idolo from AEW. As if she was his half-wife or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, there's some news on Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins! Whoa! 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 I love that shit, man. I like that. I really do. At first, it didn't sound right. At first, I think me and some people that were subscribed to my channel and the people in the community thought at first that theme song didn't fit his character. But now we started getting into it. We just got into it and it, and it sounds so good, dude. It sounds so great, and it fits. And I realize now, months later, it's like, wow, that theme song really sounds good. It really fits Seth Rollins' gimmick and his personality and his freaking looks, man. Really, theme song sounds really, really good. But there's some news on Seth Rollins. He paid tribute to Brody Lee during WWE live event in his hometown of Rochester. I'm pretty sure Brody Lee's wife watched that and had a smile on her face after seeing that. After seeing Seth Rollins cutting that amazing, generous promo about Brody Lee. Yeah, that was generous of you, wasn't it, Seth Rollins? The world of professional wrestling suffered a great loss with the passing of Brody Lee. Many stories about how great of a human being Lee were actually shared, and wrestlers continue to pay tribute to him. In fact, Seth Rollins did just that during a recent live event in Brody Lee's hometown. Brody Lee passed away last year on December the 26th, 2020. Now, this was a shock to the pro wrestling world, and it did more than simply add, you know, what that means to AEW Dynamite's weekly intro. As revealed by a video during a recent WWE live event in Brody Lee's hometown in Rochester, New York, Seth Rollins cut a promo. He cut an emotional tribute to Brody Lee, where he honored Brody Lee yet again. This message was received tremendously well by Brody Lee's hometown fans, and I'm pretty sure his wife and kids. It says here, and I quote, Mr. Brody Lee had grown up here. This is really the first time I've been here with a microphone in my hand in his city to talk about how much I miss him and love him. And then he goes on to say, I just wanted to say tonight was for him. Every single time we're in Rochester, in my heart. It means we're here for him. End quote. Brody Lee's contributions to the pro wrestling world will never be forgotten. This is because fans and peers alike will always remember him in one way or the other. Seth Rollins is simply one of many who continue to honor Lee's memory every day. What's y'all's take on this story? Now, and you know what? There is a video on Twitter of Seth Rollins saying all those things. I'm going to show the video to you guys, if you guys are willing to watch it. I'm probably going to get a copyright, but who gives a shit? I mean, I'm not trying to break rules. I mean, I just want to give my audience what they want and what they want to see. That's what I'm all about on my channel. If the audience sees Seth Rollins cut promo, I'm going to show. That's how I feel about it. And right now, I'm going to show you guys the emotional tribute that Seth Rollins did. The emotional promo that he cut in the ring at a live event. All right, time to turn the music off. Let's pull it up. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here. Here we go. And bam, there it is. All right. Up the quality a little bit. All right, guys, here we go. I'm get ready to play this video. Seth Rollins cutting that emotional promo in the ring. A tribute to the late Brody Lee in Lee's hometown of Rochester, New York. Here it is, guys.
Mr. Brody Lee, and he passed away a couple of years ago, about this time, and this is really the first time I can hear the microphone in my hand in his city to tell him how much I miss him.
That crowd's going crazy for Brody Lee, man. Now he's in heaven now. He's in a better place. Just like same with my father. My father's in a better place now. I still think about my father at the time. When I think of him, I go outside and smoke. They be stressing me out. It stresses me out just thinking about it, man. It really does. I get emotional thinking about my father, man. I really do. Y'all just don't get it. My father had passed away in March, of course. I think I told y'all that before already. And that was the video of Seth Rollins giving his tribute to Brody Lee. How generous of Seth Rollins that was for him to give Brody Lee a freaking tribute. Wow, man. That was very nice of him to do that, man. I'm sure his wife has a smile on her face after seeing that. I'm talking about Brody Lee's wife. I'm sure Seth Rollins' wife has a smile on her face too. What did you guys think of that video of Seth Rollins giving a tribute to Brody Lee? Let me know in the live chats. Please, I really appreciate it. Now, moving on to the next WWE Sunday Night News. This one is on the Blueprint Standard of WWE, the legit boss, Sasha Banks, baby! Look at that. I say it better than Kofi Kingston. Look at that. Screw you, Kofi Kingston. You're a loser, man. I say it better than you, man. Get out of here. Nah, but for real, I do say Kingston, man. Kofi Kingston is so great at what he does in the ring. It's just some of those get boring. Some of his and Xavier Woods' promos. They say stuff, some stuff they say that don't make sense. I don't know, man. It's just me. But Sasha Banks is wrapping up film shot in Boston. So Sasha Banks seemed to be living her dream life on her own terms. Well, that's good. She definitely deserves to live her dream life in her own terms. Now, the legit boss has involved herself in many other projects since exiting the squared circle for quite a while now. Oh, really? I'm interested to know more information about that one. Banks recently made a big announcement of stepping into the world of films, adding another accolade to her impressive resume. Sasha Banks was a main event star in WWE and one of the marquee attractions of the company. However, things turned sour as Banks, alongside Naomi, famously walked out of Monday Night Raw back in May 2022. They went into Charlie Laurinaitis' office and dropped both the women's tag team titles on his desk and left. After maintaining a low profile for a few months, Sasha became more active on social media. The Blueprint has since then been spotted making various public appearances and being involved in ventures outside the WWE. That's good, man. Finding her something that she would invest herself in, finding her something to just keep her occupied, man, until she can make her return to WWE. I see what she's doing. I see what she's doing. She's smart. She knows exactly what the hell she's doing, man. From walking the red carpets to starting her own CBD brand with Kalisto, Banks seems to be happy in content. She seems to have a lot of things. She is living her best effing life, man. You gotta love it. You love to fucking see it. Get your minds out of the gutter. Get over it, geeks. She ain't coming back right now. She recently posted on Twitter about wrapping up filming for her first movie in her hometown of Boston. Naomi and Sasha Banks did the right thing walking out on WWE in the entire crowd and on Vince and Bruce's shitty creative. Says here, and I quote, "Just wrapped my first movie in Boston." End quote. So Banks and Naomi's walkout came as a result of creative frustrations within the WWE because of how terrible the shows were written and produced, and because of how terrible they were booked. How terrible they and the entire women's division were booked. Of course, they were booked like what's that freaking word? What's that freaking word? They were booked like hold on, guys. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta come up with that word, man. Well, what was that word? What was that word I said yesterday about the AEW women's division, about Jade Cargill and Tay Conti and Britt Baker? Oh, that's right. They were booked like dogs. Yeah, Sasha Banks and Naomi and the entire women's division were booked like dogs. They were booked like dogs. They were. Seriously. No, I'm not called joking. They were literally booked like dog shit. Yeah, there you go. See, I said it. Look, I was bluntly not trying to say it, and then I just slipped. See? Man, why did you have to say that, IWN? Because it's just the truth. Vince and Bruce's creative was one of the worst creatives in all WWE. He was probably still paying host money to multiple female talents during that time too. He must have been doing that and running WWE at the same time. I can't see how you could do that and run WWE at the same time, dude. I mean, come on. So, however, as far as creative frustrations goes, as far as them walking out, the duo has been heavily rumored to make their comeback under the new creative regime led by WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H, who is now head of creative. I wonder if he's still head of talent relations or not. He could be. He could still be. But anyways, we'll have to see if or when that goes down, because the boss has been very busy since walking out of Vince McMahon's former company. Are you guys excited for Sasha Banks' debut in the world of movies? I think the only person that's excited right now is her husband, to be honest. There's news on Edge, the Rated R Superstar. WWE Hall of Famer Edge shocked the world after making his return to pro wrestling during the 2020 Royal Rumble. It was 9 years after he was forced to retire due to a neck injury. Edge also sent a warning to AEW stars for a good reason. Daniel Bryan. I'm still used to calling him Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry. I know it's Bryan Danielson, guys, but I'm used to calling him Daniel Bryan because he's been in the WWE for so long, man. And he's the greatest of all time as well. One of the greatest in-ring performers this generation has to offer, man. Bryan Danielson returned to pro wrestling after a career-ending neck injury. In fact, even Saraya, she was known as Paige in WWE, she returned to pro wrestling earlier this year after a neck injury. Christian had to prematurely in his career, but came back last year as well. Edge took to Twitter and commented after the aforementioned superstars for returning to the ring after injury. He also sent a warning to AEW stars for a good reason. It says here, and I quote from him, "Pretty damn cool. We all fought for it. Kudos to Saraya and Bryan. Absolute beasts. Let's include Christian for peace in this. I feel like he's coming back at such a high level. People sleep on the fact he was retired for 7 years." I guess that's what he was going to say. He put 7. And I think he meant to put years. Anyways. End quote. Edge also hinted that he is nearing his retirement. We'll have to wait and see when Edge will return to WWE television. Well, you know, he did, after all, he did do the same thing he did last year. Remember, he turned in the Royal Rumble? Well, he could do it again. He could do what he did last year, return in the Royal Rumble. He could be one of the entrants in the Royal Rumble. He could be number 28, for all I know. He could be number 26. Who knows? In the Royal Rumble. Who knows, man? I think he's returning in the Royal Rumble. Because WWE has nothing for Edge right now. Nothing. Absolutely no plans for him whatsoever. You guys mentioned Edge. If you missed Edge, let me know in the live chats and let me know why. There's some news about Carmella, Corey Graves' wife. So apparently, Carmella emerged to become a highly popular star in the women's division of the modern day era. She was perceived to be a major star ever since she debuted on SmackDown. Carmella recently stated that she misses competing inside the ring and would come back stronger to defeat the top stars of the roster. Carmella was called up to the main roster back in 2016 as a part of the draft, becoming a member of the SmackDown women's division. Her first major feud on the main roster back in 2016 was against Nikki Bella, with the duo colliding against each other at WWE TLC. That year, in a no disqualification match, Mella since then achieved various accolades and went on to become a captivating WWE superstar of this generation. Former SmackDown Women's Champion recently claimed that she misses being inside the squared circle. She stated that by posting on Twitter from their historic feud with Nikki Bella in 2016 warned the WWE Universe that all their favorites will suffer defeat at the hands of the most beautiful woman in the entire WWE. He says here, and I quote, "I miss this so much. I can't wait to get back in the ring again. When I do come back, it's over for all your favorites." End quote. That means she could come back as a heel. That's what that means. More than likely. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows, man? But Carmella is still an active member of the WWE roster. However, she has been off WWE television programming since the night after WrestleMania 38. Now, Nella suffered a miscarriage back in 2022 in October, but with the support of her friends and family, has managed to overcome the tragedy and could return to the WWE anytime soon. Do you guys want to see Carmella versus Nikki Bella once again? Let me know in the live chats. I imagine you probably. I certainly don't. Doesn't pique my interest at all. Now, there's some news on the Royal Rumble. So apparently, WWE actually adds more sections to Royal Rumble pay-per-view sitting. Should I say seating? Actually. Royal Rumble 2023 will be held on January the 28th at 6:30 p.m. I think that is where Edge is going to make his return like he did last year in the 2022 Royal Rumble. He's going to do the same thing this year he did last year. I think, in my honest opinion, because WWE has no plans. Like I said 5 minutes ago, WWE has no other plans for Edge right now. None. Look at all this talent they got on the roster. No wonder. It's good that they got all this talent, young talent on the roster. All this talent they can build. They can fucking get them to the mid-card scene and make them top babyface or top heel in the SmackDown or Raw Women's division. It's good they got this young talent on the Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and Women's and men's rosters. But anyways, the Royal Rumble in 2023 will be held on January 28th. That is way past my 24th birthday, which is on January 25th at 6:30 p.m. in San Antonio. January 28th is going to be a good time because I'm going to be live for the 2023 Royal Rumble. I'm going to be live with my Royal Rumble 2023 live stream pay-per-view watch along in January. I'm probably gonna have one of the best. I'm gonna try to have one of the best Royal Rumble thumbnails in the YouTube community on YouTube, man. I'm gonna try to make my thumbnail for my Royal Rumble 2023 live stream pay-per-view watch along great. I'm gonna try to make it amazing. I'm gonna try to make it the best it ever will be. Just like how great my other thumbnails from last week look. You know, the one I did for Survivor Series review, the one that I did for my Monday Night Raw review, and the one that I did for my Dynamite review. But anyways, it's good that the Royal Rumble will be taking place in San Antonio, Texas, because that is Shawn Michaels' hometown, and Shawn Michaels could be in the Royal Rumble. You never know. It's his hometown. He lives there. I think Shawn Michaels has a chance to be in the Royal Rumble if he wants to. You don't have to have Shawn Michaels win. You can just have him as an entrant in the Royal Rumble. I mean, they need to fill up those spots, especially for the women's. I think as far as the women's Royal Rumble goes, they need to have some of the top NXT talents in that Royal Rumble, like Miku Satomura, Isla Dawn, you know, Mandy Rose, Cora Jade, you know, Tiffany Stratton. They need to have all those younger talents in the Royal Rumble. They really do. Anyways, the 2023 Royal Rumble will mark the beginning of the road to WrestleMania 39. Fans are quite thrilled about it. Since the last update, 2 additional sessions have been included. According to WrestleTix, there are 3,294 available tickets. Damn, that's a lot. Cheers to that, man. The current up 35,380 with a total of 32,186 tickets distributed. Wow, that is a whole bunch of tickets, guys. You hearing these numbers, man? My goodness. This is real news, man. This is not fake news. This is legit news, man. I'm not kidding. As mentioned below, 2 new sections have been introduced since the last update. The majority of the section is $250 per seat. God dang, they cost that much for fucking seats for live events and pay-per-views? Really? Seats cost that freaking much for a Royal Rumble? Oh my God, dude. The pattern of available tickets is intriguing because the resellers purchase the bottom half of each. Sounds expensive to me, man. This is because the front half of the section is significantly cheaper. The cheapest available non-resale ticket is $110. There's no way I'll be going to a fucking Royal Rumble arena and have to pay 100 and something. Oh hell no, I ain't taking my freaking money. I ain't taking my money, man. Bitches ain't having my money. Hey! Oh man. Says here, and I quote, 2 new sections added since the last update is noted below. The majority of the session is priced at $250.
Money.
Yeah, I know, man. Tell me about it. It's a lot of money, dude. The pattern of available tickets is interesting. Resellers brought the bottom half of each, which makes sense since those are notably cheaper than the front portion of the session. The cheapest available ticket, non-resale, is $110. So when you hear reports about this being one of the biggest gates for the Royal Rumble or in this venue for them, despite not drawing as much as the last time here, you can believe it's true. And then it goes on to say, there is a holiday flash offer going on at the moment. Oh, whoa. Then it says, I'll test some codes out and come back here and update this post if any works. End quote. This is from WrestlePix. This might be one of the biggest gates for the Royal Rumble at this rate. At this point, you might as well say the 2023 Royal Rumble is going to be one of the greatest Royal Rumbles of all time. After hearing this shit, especially given during the cost of them seats, man. I mean, given the participants that's going to be in the Royal Rumble, including Kofi Kingston, you know he's going to be in there. There is a holiday flash sale going on right now. I guess we'll see what happens with tickets because, hey, they make great stocking stuffers, I guess. Says Ringside News. I'm not saying that, they are. They're my sources, man. They're the ones that are saying that. What do you guys think of that story, man? Let me know. What do you guys think of the Royal Rumble so far? Who is your pick to win the 2023 Men's and Women's Royal Rumbles? Let me know in the live chat, guys. I think the Men's Royal Rumble, my pick is Cody Rhodes. It makes sense. The story is there. The story for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes is there. And it's not just that. It's other things, too. You know. You'll hear better reactions, you know, from the live crowds. There's a lot there to it that you guys don't understand. They're only smart guys like me understand. Now, there is some news on William Regal, on when William Regal is set to make his WWE return. Now, this should be a topic of discussion on the stream. So, William Regal truly loves the professional world. And as sacrificed a lot for the business. He made his way to AEW following his WWE release. But his stunt with Tony Khan's company was not a long one whatsoever. Now it seems with Regal is WWE bound and will begin sooner than expected. As seen on this week's episode of AEW Dynamite, William Regal was written off of AEW television following an attack at the hands of MJF. Now I was thinking when they put him in the ambulance, I was thinking injury storyline. At first, I was thinking this is going to be an injury storyline involving William Regal in this storyline. But then, come to think of it, now I realized when I saw this news, I realized, holy shit, he's going back to WWE. He's not staying with AEW. I think the fact that William Regal was still under a 3-year contract, it kind of has people under the assumption that, hey, maybe Tony Khan let him go early. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he let him go early. I don't know. Maybe he has some issues with somebody in AEW that we don't know about. Or he could have just simply knew that Triple H knew about William Regal's NXT release, and William Regal had forced himself to leave to go back to sign with WWE. He didn't go back to WWE and talk to Triple H about, to be there for him, Triple H, so he won't be mad anymore. Oh yeah, Triple H was pissed about his release. I got some news on that. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe what you guys are about to hear after I give this news on William Regal, after I go over this. He was stretched into the ambulance, signaling his end with the company. As previously reported, William Regal has actually officially parted ways, basically, with AEW. According to a report by PW Insider, William Regal is finalizing a deal with WWE and will officially start working with the company after the new year. I'll say it again. He will officially start working with the company after the new year. Never forget this 2 years from now. 2 years from now, you're going to be like, man, no wonder why William Regal came back to WWE, because he had a 3-year contract, because he was let go early by Tony Khan. You're going to look at this 2 years later, and you're going to be like, man, I wish William Regal would have stayed with AEW, because William Regal leaving AEW is a bad decision for AEW. William Regal leaving AEW goes bad for AEW, man. This is bad for them. For the simple fact that he is well liked by a lot of young talents. He's well liked by a lot of young talents in that men's and women's division. Also, you got guys like Dustin Rhodes that's there. Dustin Rhodes, he was in the Attitude Era with William Regal. Guys like Britt the Hitman Hart, guys like Sting, they were in the Attitude Era, the old Attitude Era with William Regal, man. You gotta imagine how they're feeling about William Regal leaving AEW. You gotta imagine how guys like Billy Gunn is feeling about William Regal leaving AEW. You gotta imagine how guys like Kenny Omega is feeling after William Regal leaving AEW. You gotta imagine how guys like MJF is feeling. You gotta imagine how guys like Daniel Bryan is feeling. You gotta imagine how guys like Cesaro and Wheeler Yuta are feeling. Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli in AEW. You gotta imagine. You legitimately gotta imagine rising young talents from Dark and Elevation like Brock Anderson and his dad is feeling. His dad, Iron Anderson. You gotta imagine how he's feeling about William Regal leaving AEW. Don't forget, Iron Anderson was in the Attitude Era as well. A lot of older guys in AEW are not happy that William Regal left AEW. A lot of the young talents aren't either. I'm willing to bet Jungle Boy. When Jungle Boy was upset that William Regal left. A lot of people there were upset, man. Believe it or not. Jamie Hayter is probably going to be another person upset because she was probably rumored to join the Blackpool Combat Club someday. I wouldn't be surprised if Jamie Hayter actually joins the Blackpool Combat Club sometime. I remember seeing that news of William Regal possibly having Jamie Hayter as a member of the as the first female member of the Blackpool Combat Club, man. It would have been great. She would have been a great addition to that group. She would have been. But anyways, a lot of people in AEW don't like the fact that William Regal is leaving AEW and going back to WWE. This does not go well with Tony Khan and AEW at all. And you know Tony Khan already knows that William Regal and Triple H are close, like real close. We're going to talk about the rest of it when I go over the news on Triple H and William Regal. William Regal, according to PW Insider, is finalizing the deal, will officially start working with the company after the new year. This is what they say, and I quote. And in an update on Mr. William Regal, PWInsider.com is told that he is finalizing a deal with WWE and is currently expecting to officially start after the new year. End quote. It is believed that Regal will return to WWE in a backstage role. See that? You hear that? Backstage role. I wonder what that is going to be. Maybe he's going to be one of the participants in that poker game on Monday Night Raw. Who knows? Or he could be general manager for NXT again. You never know. Either he's going to be one of the participants in that poker game that JBL slated to have tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, or William Regal could be put in the role as general manager for NXT again. And I hope to God he is put back in that role as general manager, because he was great as general manager for NXT. Great. The only reason why he was general manager because of one person. I just mentioned him not too long ago. Triple H. Triple H, the reason why William Regal was general manager in NXT in the first place. Venture Brooks took that all away from William Regal. Took that shit all away from William Regal for absolutely no fucking reason. William Regal did nothing wrong. Took it all away from him as if Vince Brooks didn't give a fuck about William Regal whatsoever, man. Fucking shame, dude. That's what happens when you got to be in a company with older freaking employees. What happens when you got to be in a company with people that's strict, that's picky and shit, man. Don't know who they want and who they not want. They don't know who they want to use, who they want to book. You know, all that shit. Anyways, we'll have to wait and see what William Regal will do once he returns to WWE next year. Now, fans are excited to see what Regal will do once he is back as well. What do y'all's take on this story? Let me know. Now, there's some more news on Regal, and there's news on Triple H. Triple H was very, very pissed off with William Regal's NXT release. William Regal's contributions to the pro wrestling world are always a topic of discussion for a good reason. Lord Regal was released from his WWE contract on January the 5th, 2022, which shocked numerous fans. In fact, even Triple H was unhappy with his release. Even IWM was unhappy with his release. Even JD was unhappy with his release. Even his fan base was unhappy with his release. Even some of my people that subscribe to my channel were unhappy with his release. Even the entire IW, well, I wouldn't say the entire IWC, even some of the WWE AEW geeks online were unhappy with William Regal's release from the company. Even the NXT talent had a lot to say about William Regal's release from NXT. In fact, William Regal made his AEW debut at the promotion's Revolution pay-per-view event on March the 6th of this year. As previously reported, William Regal has officially departed from AEW. According to Fightful's paywall, a source said that it was not really a surprise that William Regal was likely heading back to WWE, as he was always close to Triple H. I said that! Triple H, I said, well, what did I just say? Folks, listen, man. Listen, what did I just say 6 minutes ago? What did I just say 6 minutes ago? I just said that Regal and Triple H are closer and closer and closer. They are close. They are so close, man. They are so close. Legitimately. Did I not say that? Did you guys not hear me say that? Triple H was unhappy with Regal's release. It says here, and I quote, "We don't have any details on the usual length of the deal after he debuted back in March, or any provisions associated." A WWE source said that it does not come as any surprise that William Regal is likely headed back because Triple H was very unhappy that Regal was let go in the first place. Then it goes on to say, they go on to say that Fightful's paywall, they go on to say that NXT sources had long told Fightful that William Regal was considered a lifer with that brand specifically. Something that Triple H mentioned himself to us once. Those in WWE expect him to resume an advanced role similar to the one he had before, but that wasn't confirmed. I think William Regal is going to go back to his role as general manager, in my honest opinion. That's what I think. He was great in his role as general manager. I think he should go back to that role. Given that NXT needs a fucking general manager anyway, needs somebody that makes the matches official instead of, William Regal is expected to begin his WWE tenure next year. I was going to say New Year. But he is suspected to be back after New Year's. Isn't that not what I just said? Or am I saying it backwards? Anyway. He is expected to be back after New Year's. I did say that. Now, he is expected to begin his WWE tenure next year. It remains to be seen what William Regal will do once he returns to WWE next year, as fans are excited to see his progress in WWE once he's back. Now, could Triple H being very, very pissed off at William Regal's WWE NXT release could have forced Regal to sign back with WWE? My answer is yes. More than likely. Could this force him to go to WWE have a talk with Triple H? Yes. Why he was released? Because Vince McMahon and Bruce didn't give a fuck about William Regal. They saw through Regal. They knew that he was a Triple H guy. He was under the Triple H administration, and he was general manager all because of Triple H. And plus, they were jealous of William Regal's success in NXT. That's another reason why they fucking let William Regal go. They didn't want nothing to do with him. They didn't give a fuck. I guess in their vision, William Regal is not the best general manager in Vince and Bruce's vision. Who's to blame for William Regal's release? Vince and Bruce. There's the answer, folks. Vince and Bruce were to blame over William Regal's release. Vince and Bruce. Yep, I said it. Vince and Bruce were to blame for his release. There's your answer. I'm sure some of you are not shocked to hear that. Just like Vince and Bruce are to blame for Alexander Wolf's release. Vince and Bruce are to blame for Danny Burch's release. Vince and Bruce are to fucking blame for Ernie Larkin's release. Vince and Bruce are to blame for the 200 plus talent that they released. You know, the 200 plus talent that he didn't have, that they didn't have any plans for. The 200 plus talent that would have been put in good, suitable roles for the 2021 Royal Rumble. Yeah, those 200 plus talent. Give me a break, man. Sick of mentioning Vince McMahon's name, dude. I am sick, legitimately sick in mentioning this 77-year-old demented. Yes, I'm going to say it again because he is. He really is. I mean, JD isn't lying, dude. I mean, Vince McMahon is who he is, man. Vince McMahon says who he is. Yes, folks. I'm not joking. Vince McMahon is he's nothing more. And I'm going to say it because I feel like it, just because I want to. Yes, folks, it's true. Vince McMahon is nothing more than a 77-year-old, demented, senile, dumb, Vince and Bruce only care about power, money. They only cared about who they wanted on the roster. They only cared about who they wanted to use, who they wanted to fucking bury and waste on TV. They buried the likes of Ali. They buried and wasted Apollo Crews. Buried and wasted Sonya Deville. Buried and wasted Aleister Black from NXT on the main roster. Buried and wasted Andrade. They buried and wasted AOP. They even buried and wasted Hurt Business, dude. Look what they did to Becky Lynch as a heel. They fucked her gimmick up. They fucked her gimmick up as a heel. Her gimmick as a heel was one of the worst in WWE, man. I am glad that Becky Lynch is a babyface now. I'm glad she's got her man gimmick back. That's the one I like. The man gimmick was one of my favorite female gimmicks in WWE. That gimmick fits Becky Lynch so well, man. And yet, WWE had Becky Lynch go on and say that her heel gimmick is better than her babyface gimmick. WWE had her saying that. WWE had her saying it. They had her saying that. She didn't go on there and say that herself. She didn't go on Twitter and say that herself, man. She didn't go on social media and say that herself. WWE had her saying that. That's what I believe. WWE wasted all that young talent on television, man. Kept them in Titus catering to the release. Los Lotharios, where are they? They haven't even been on TV the last 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. All this talent deserves so much more, man, than what they're getting. You see how they did Xia Li and her fucking theme entrance? They really messed up her theme entrance. Really messed up Xia Li real bad, man. They fucked up Xia Li's gimmick. They buried Shayna Baszler. They kept on using old talents like Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey and Bill Goldberg. Oh, no. I kept seeing him on TV. I kept seeing the Divas from the Diva era on TV, man. Yeah, the Divas blondes. That's the only people that Johnny Laurinaitis wants to see on TV. It was ridiculous, man, when Vince and Bruce was in charge. It really was. What is y'all's take on this story on Triple H not being very happy with William Regal's NXT release? Let me know. I am over this. I'm passing by this shit. So there's some news on Balor. During WWE Survivor Series War Games, fans saw Finn Balor make an entrance with a bizarre mask. Now, this was not the first time we saw him with a mysterious mask, but it is the first time they've seen a mask with no face. It looked fucking cringe and hilarious on him, if you ask me. It appears he has now attached his name to this new look of his. Looks like something from looks like that fucking villain from Power Rangers, man. That villain that had the gold sticking out. They had the gold sticking out, the gold triangle thing sticking out of them. I forgot that villain's name from Power Rangers. But anyways, Balor took to Twitter to show off the mask that he donned during his entrance to his match against AJ Styles in Survivor Series War Game. Former Universal Champion cashing it with the name that he has assigned to his new moniker. No Face Finn. No Face Finn. Oh, man. That had to be a Vince Bruce idea, man. It had to be, man. The way it sounds, dude. Oh, man. Oh, my God. You mean to tell me that's something Vince and Bruce... Oh, yeah. And Finn Balor, Vince and Bruce really fucked up Finn Balor, man. You want to talk about fuck-ups of all, man. They really messed up Finn Balor real bad on the main roster. They made him feel like nothing. They treated him like how they treated all of Triple H's NXT talents that were called up from NXT to the main roster. They treated Bray Wyatt the same way, man. Bray Wyatt was a Triple H guy, too. That's why he was released from the company. He was a Triple H guy, too. Same with Bronson Reed, same with Keith Lee. They released Keith Lee, Bronson Reed, and Bray Wyatt because they were overweight. They were fat. So to Vince and Bruce, they were nothing more than fat slobs. Vince and Bruce are so fucking pathetic for releasing them because of that. Really. Just it goes to show you how uneducated and how negative and how stupid Vince and Bruce really are. It really does. Vince and Bruce have IQs of a fucking pencil written all over them. There's no question. They are mentally dumb in their heads. Really. Finn Balor ended up losing against the phenomenal one at Survivor Series War Games. And how could we not forget Bray Wyatt was buried at Super Showdown in his match against Goldberg? God. Remember when Goldberg delivered one of the worst fucking jackhammers of all time? On that Super Showdown pay-per-view, barely could even lift up Bray Wyatt. That fucking jackhammer was god-awful. That shit sucked. It was terrible. It really was. It was terrible, dude. Absolutely terrible. Right? Even more, what was even more terrible is that Bray Wyatt got embarrassed in front of all these Super Showdown fans in the crowd, man. God. How can I not forget that, man? I'll never forget it because I watched the match. It was only like 20 seconds, dude, from when I watched it. Oh my God. It was bad, dude. It really was. Guys, go. I encourage you to go. I recommend you go look up Goldberg versus Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship for Super Showdown. It was one of the worst matches on that card. I'm telling you now. That match flunked real bad. And I think the viewership for WWE Super Showdown went down because of that match. The fans were outraged when Bray Wyatt lost to Goldberg at Super Showdown. It was bad. It was anything you could never imagine. And I just seen somebody on television that looked like Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair. Reboot. I just seen somebody that looked just like her on TV. I'm not kidding. Now, on the following episode of Monday Night Raw, an 8-man tag team match took place where Balor's Judgment Day trumped over Styles' OC faction. Finn Balor is known for his eccentric gimmicks, such as his otherworldly alter ego, the Demon King. One of his greatest gimmicks. One of the greatest gimmicks in all of WWE, the Demon King. I love that gimmick, man. One of my other favorite gimmicks in the WWE. And the other one was the Fiend. You know, he was buried and wasted on TV. Got released because he was, you know, I'm not going to say it. But it's exciting to see what direction Finn Balor takes for no face Finn. Finn Balor's going to get over in a big fucking way with that no face Finn gimmick. Wow. Finn Balor has a new gimmick already. No face Finn. New gimmick right there. Finn Balor's doing wonders for himself right now. If Vince Bruce was in charge, he would have never had that no face Finn gimmick. Let's be honest, I think that no face Finn gimmick was probably that idea was probably come up by Vince and Bruce. Who's to say Vince and Bruce is still working with WWE in the under the fucking shadows? They're probably still working with WWE under the shadows. You never know. Nah, Vince is gone for good, man. He's never going to be chairman of WWE again. He cost WWE a whole bunch of money. He did. I'm not kidding. Legitimately. Anyway. Well, that's going to do it for your WWE Sunday Night News. Now we're going to move on to your AEW Sunday Night News. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for that. Well, here it is. So we're going to start with the news on CM Punk. So CM Punk is still getting paid under his AEW contract. According to Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Punk was still on the contract to AEW as of the weekend. Sources close to him said that AEW is responsible for the holdup on his release. Punk is ready to move on from his contract, but at least he's still getting paid. Says Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Says Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez and all of them. It says here, and I quote, Punk, as of the weekend, was still under contract to AEW, being paid. Those close to him say that hold up on his contract, or the hold up on his being released, is all on the AEW side. He's ready and willing to move on to his next project, whether it's comic books, writing comic books, going to WWE, or being an artist or a tattoo artist. Maybe. I don't know. The best in the world returned to professional wrestling after 7 years in 2021 under Tony Khan's regime in AEW. He was immediately positioned to be a top attraction. It looked to take the upstart promotion to greater heights. However, things went south real quick as CM Punk was involved in a real-life backstage brawl with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks after the Second City Savior's time at the AEW All Out Media Scrum. A report also emerged indicating that CM Punk's dog Larry was reportedly hurt during the All Out cycle. Then Punk added some potential evidence. AEW also isn't likely looking at buying out CM Punk's contract. Only time will tell where Punk's next project is. But there are rumors are certainly heating up. Rightly so. Where do you guys think Punk will go next? Let me know. There's some news on Kenny Omega's best friend, wrestling buddy, Kota Ibushi, possibly joining AEW very soon. Kota Ibushi is certainly one of the best pro wrestlers in the world right now. He was involved in a lot of controversy earlier this year, leaving his New Japan Pro Wrestling status in doubt. He was also part of the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega and was loved by many. By the looks of it, he might be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling very soon and joining up with Kenny Omega. Kota Ibushi hasn't competed in a match since he lost to Okada in the G1 Climax 31 finals of New Japan Pro Wrestling in October 2021. See, this is the news that I didn't get to give because the laptop shut off on me last night. He suffered a shoulder injury, which forced him out of action. And fans still don't know when he will compete again. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Kota Ibushi's contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling will be expiring in January next year. Afterwards, there is a huge chance that he will join Kenny Omega in AEW. He's going to anyway. You can't say you can't say he will. He's going to. It's going to happen. Whether the negative AEW WWE shields online like it or not, it's going to happen. It says here, and I quote, Kota Ibushi has been in light training in the ring of late, and thus far the shoulder has held up. So that's a good sign. And it goes on to say his New Japan contract expires at the end of January, and he made a tweet hinting at that. The way, or should I say, the way, I'm thinking Cancer Ray, Johnny Gargano, Indy Hartwell, and Austin Theory, but anyways. There was a lot of bad feelings over the past year, but nothing is definite regarding staying or leaving at that point. Past, he brought it up in a cryptic way about being a free agent in 2 months, end quote. Kota Ibushi also recently hinted at making his way to AEW. It remains to be seen whether Kota Ibushi really will make his way to AEW or not. Now, it has been teased since 2019, so the possibility is certainly there. Do you guys want to see Kota Ibushi in AEW? Let me know in the comments. Yes, I do. I think I know how this is going to happen. I think I know how this is going to go down. I might be right, I might be wrong. I come up with an idea of how I think his debut in AEW is going to happen. I think when the Elite drops the AEW Trios Championships to House of Black, when they drop them to House of Black, I think Kenny Omega is going to turn on the Young Bucks, and then he's gonna have Kota Ibushi come out and debut, and that's gonna set up Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi feud. And then when we get Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega, we have the Young Bucks helping Kota Ibushi in Kenny Omega's match. And we have Kenny Omega just Ibushi getting distracted. We have Kenny Omega picking up the victory over Ibushi, and then Ibushi turns on the Young Bucks, and then we get the Young Bucks feuding with Kenny Omega and Ibushi. I think that's how that's going to go. Or when the Elite drops the titles to the House of Black, we can get Kenny Omega turning on the Young Bucks. And we could somehow get Ibushi to come out and beat and jump all over the Young Bucks, beat them up, and it would be enough to have House of Black turn babyface and have House of Black help the Young Bucks clear Kenny Omega and Ibushi out of the ring. And then Don Callis comes out and takes them backstage. I think that's how that should go. And then I think you should have Brandon Cutler with Kenny Omega, Ibushi, and Don Callis. And that right there would set up a Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Ibushi feud, you know? I would love to see the Acclaim versus Kenny Omega and Ibushi. That would be a great match. Don't you guys think? I think that's how that's going to go. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think that's how that's going to go or not. Let me know if you agree. Okay, so there's some news on Kenny Omega again. This involves Will Ospreay and Tony Khan because Tony Khan gave Kenny Omega his blessings for Will Ospreay New Japan Pro Wrestling match. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay are considered two of the best, the very, very best in the business. In fact, they paved the way for many other stars to make a name for themselves outside of WWE. The two are set to face each other, and it seems Tony Khan gave Kenny Omega his blessing for the match. Now, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay's rivalry has been going on for many years now. In fact, it was finally announced that Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega will battle it out at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Guys, I think I'm going to get Wrestle Kingdom 17. I'm going to look up when that is because I'm going to be buying it because I want to watch Wrestle Kingdom for the first time and see what Wrestle Kingdom is like. See whether Wrestle Kingdom is a pay-per-view or not. I'm guessing it's a New Japan Pro Wrestling pay-per-view. I want to watch it. I want to see it. Because they got some good-ass fucking wrestlers down there. I know Okada's one of them, and Ibushi is another one. I've seen them. I've seen how they wrestle. They're really good. Talk about the greatest megastars in professional wrestling. Yeah, Okada and Ibushi are definitely up there. Definitely one. Now, according to Dave Meltzer, and Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay are one of the others. According to Dave Meltzer, in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, AEW President Tony Khan gave Kenny Omega's blessings. The Wrestle Kingdom 17 match next year, Khan had given his approval ever since Omega and Will Ospreay went after each other on Twitter, just like he gave his approval that the Elite can return to AEW now, which they did. And look where they're at now. Look what they're feuding. Look who they're feuding with now. Look who they're in matches with now. Dark, the Death Triangle. You know, the faction with Pac, Ray Phoenix, and Penta. Oh, that heel turn on Ray Phoenix and Penta from Pac is coming very, very soon. It's probably going to happen as soon as the Elite win those AEW Trios Tag Team Champions. I think when the Elite wins those AEW Trios Tag Team Champions, that's when Pac's going to turn on Ray Phoenix and Penta, and then we're probably going to get Pac feuding with Ray Phoenix and Penta. Or we might even get Ray Phoenix feuding with Pac and Penta. And then we might get Pac turned on Penta. Then we might get Pac feuding with Penta. Never know. I just have to wait and see whether Will Ospreay will be able to defeat Kenny Omega and retain his IWGP US title or not. Fans are certainly looking forward to it. Are you guys excited about Omega versus Ospreay? Yes, because I'm going to be buying Wrestle Kingdom 17, and I want to see that match again. That's one of the greatest matches of all time, dude. I've seen that match before, man. These guys killed it in the ring. Wow, man. What a match that was from Kenny Omega and Ospreay years ago, man. Oh, my goodness. There was some news on the AEW Fight for a video game. So apparently, the video game has settled on a rating. AEW surpassed fans when they announced they were entering into the video game world. Yes, folks, I said it. Now, the game will have a ton of top stars from the AEW roster, including the likes of Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley, and others. The game will be a violent one, and now it seems the game has already settled on a rating. As previously reported, the AEW video game will be released sooner than expected. The game will be called AEW Fight Forever and will feature a loaded roster of professional wrestlers as well as a lot of match variety that fans will love. According to the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer talked about the rumor that the upcoming AEW video game would receive an M for mature rating. I guess mature audience only, maybe. I don't know. That's just me. This is my guess. Which would be usual for a wrestling video game. Meltzer did know that the game will have a T for a teen rating. So I guess it's for a teen and mature audience only, I'm guessing. The game will also feature bloody matches such as the Lights Out match and more. The game will drop on PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I'm going to have it on the PS4 because I have the PS4 right beside me, which will likely be this year. We'll have to see how the game will be received by fans and critics alike. What do you guys think of this rating? Let me know in the live chats. There's some news on Sean Taylor. So apparently, Sean Taylor made his AEW debut during Rampage. Sean Taylor moved through opponents during his run as the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Well, last Friday night, the Master of Unprovoked Violence showed up in AEW. Sean Taylor made his AEW debut during Rampage. The former Ring of Honor World Television Champion interrupted Keith Lee's backstage interview with Renee Young. I love calling her Renee Young because that's what she was called in WWE. That's what everybody called her in WWE. Sean Taylor called out Keith Lee to his face for turning his back on his friends. He told the big man he left Swerve Strickland in the middle of their match. He further stated that Lee walked out on him 6 years ago. I think that's one of the things I missed on Rampage. Not sure. The business between you and I is far from over, end quote. It says from Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor's previously teased a reunion with Keith Lee. Sean Taylor and Lee worked as a team in Ring of Honor. Oh, God, that's something I didn't know. And around the independent scene for several years. I didn't know that either. The team split when Lee joined WWE in 2018. Seems like that was a huge blow to Sean Taylor. That's probably why he came back. His past probably came back to bite him. What's y'all's take on this story? All right. So, folks, there's news on Juice Robinson. He officially signs with AEW. Juice Robinson impressed AEW officials with his performance in the world title eliminator match against Jon Moxley during a previous episode of Dynamite. He's finally all elite. Juice Robinson made his end. I was getting ready to say Impact. Oh, man. Don't send them down there, man. You know how many fans they got down there, dude? They probably got like 3 or 4 fans in attendance now. Nobody watches that shit, man. Seriously. Juice Robinson made his Rampage debut. The former IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion cut a pre-tape promo wherein he challenged Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship at Final Battle. It says here, and I quote, "You may be the king of TV now. Kings get dethroned." Former 3-time IWGP United States Champion Juice Robinson is issuing a challenge to Samoa Joe. The match happened. Juice Robinson unfortunately lost to Samoa Joe, I think. Either that or it's being booked for... Hold on. Either that or it's being booked for Dynamite. I don't know. I think the match already happened from what I've seen. The match already happened from what I've seen, man. And Juice Robinson actually lost to Samoa Joe. But anyways. The commentary team later noted during the show that Juice Robinson had officially signed with AEW. PW Insider reported parties agreed to a deal several weeks ago. Juice Robinson has previously competed for New Japan Pro Wrestling as a singles competitor and a tag team player. Robinson final months with the company saw him play a heel character. What's your take on this story? Oh, by the way, also, another thing that happened on Rampage last Friday night was the arrival of House of Black again. This third week in a row they showed up on Rampage, sending huge messages to the elite after Rampage went off the air. The House of Black regrouped with the return of Malachi Black on the November 23rd, 2022 edition of Dynamite. Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King sent a message to the elite after Rampage this week, which should be the beginning of the Elite and House of Black feud, which will be happening very, very soon. I can't wait. That's going to be good. That's going to be some fucking good television right there. That's going to be a hell of a fucking trios match. You want to talk about a good trios match on good television. Holy shit. Boy, oh boy, it's gonna be hotter than the fucking sea, man, on the beach. Jesus Christ, this match is gonna deliver. The December 2nd, 2022 edition of Rampage featured a lumberjack match between Orange Cassidy and QT Marshall for the All Atlantic Championship match. That was one of the two best matches on Rampage, in my honest opinion. Cassidy retained his title in the main event. Something Mark Henry says. A huge brawl broke between the lumberjacks after the match. The lights went dark and the house reemerged. Trios cleared the ring of the performers, continued the beatdown after the shut off the air. Malachi Black noticed Brandon Cutler, who was taping the action on his Cutler cam outside the ring. Brody King attacked Cutler from behind and put him through the table with a huge powerbomb. Brandon, I told you, man. I told you it was going to happen to you, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with y'all, man. I ain't doing that. Black told a falling Cutler they had no problem with him, but with the people he associated himself with. The trio then walked away with Escobar. Not Santos Escobar from SmackDown. Learning that the house had officially declared war on all elite wrestling. Maybe the House of Black knows something that we don't about Brandon Cutler. Oh! Brandon Cutler had that other gimmick on Dark. Remember? That fucking other gimmick where he had that face paint. Maybe they know something about that. Maybe they want to see that Brandon Cutler instead of the wild clowny Brandon Cutler that we're used to seeing on the show. That take pictures. That sprays people in the eyes. I think the House of Black wants to bring out the serious Brandon Cutler. I think that's why they said they didn't have no problem with him. Maybe they want him to be a part of their faction. Brandon Cutler could turn on the elite and could join House of Black. Who knows? What's y'all's take on this story? Sound off in the comments. All right, guys. So we have some news on Bryan Danielson. We need to go over that news on Saraya first because I feel bad for her. I really do. I'm going to explain why. You're about to hear why, guys. You are legitimately about to listen as to why I feel bad for Saraya. It says here that Saraya's stalk continues to rise ever since making her way to AEW, following a long run with WWE. While Saraya is loved by many, she also has her equal share of haters. One of the reasons why I feel bad. Here's the other reason, which is not this. Saraya recently shut down yet another hater who mocked her linked videos. That's another reason why I feel bad for her. Now, Saraya has proven to everyone she won't let haters face her, no matter what they say. Just like Mia Yim, they won't let her shit on her Miakin name. Which I don't know what Miakin is, but A few years ago, Saraya made news for all the wrong reasons as her private video were leaked online. Saraya went through depression because of that. Man, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, you Reddit, Twitter degenerates in the community, man, for giving her depression, man. You guys are so lovely, man. How nice of you to be giving her depression and stress her out, man. Like, really. So nice of you guys. So generous. Bunch of freaking retards, man. Ridiculous. You had to go out your way to freaking make Saraya nervous, right? Make her want to run away like a freaking 3-year-old girl. From negative comments. Probably in her room crying, still seeing that Ringside News put this news out. Probably still crying that the haters are probably still getting at her on social media. I mean, how else would you want Saraya to feel, man? I mean, people need to stop. need to stop with this negative energy. They need to stop carrying negative energy around other people that wants to be positive in life. You know? People need to stop with saying negative things. They need to keep the negative things to themselves. And if they don't keep negative things to themselves, it's going to get them in trouble. You can't do shit like this. You can't. You just can't. There are still many people who never failed to remind her of those videos. There are people who will never learn when to stay out of Saraya's business. Or like that. A person took to Twitter and asked Saraya when her new adult movie will come out. Saraya had a perfect response to that question. Well, oh man, she said that quote, ask your mom. She probably tried to call that guy a fast slob, probably, man. He probably is a fast slob, just by the way he said it. Just by the way he asked her that question. Probably sounded like a slob. Anyways, Saraya also recently put a hater on blast for trying to body shame her. This woman is in the best shape of her life, man. How can somebody do that? Well, you know what? Next year, she's going to be making more money than half of these hating-ass talkers on social media. These Saraya wannabe lame-ass fucking idiots on Twitter. These WWE blue check marks, man. These AEW negative blue check marks, man. These WWE fake accounts getting at her on social media, man. It's not the wrestlers, it's not the blue check marks, it's the freaking fake accounts, man. Really. If you ask me, never mind the blue check marks. It remains to be seen what AEW has planned for Saraya next. I really hope that she doesn't get bothered by more haters in the future. She needs to just fucking block them on Twitter, man. Like, really. The right thing to do is to fucking block them, man. Because at the end of the day, they get on social media to do nothing more than to talk shit. It's that simple. This is what they do on social media. This is what they do on social media. They do shit like this. And then they do that. Well, not that, but, you know. What's y'all's take on what Saraya said? Let me know. There's some news on Daniel Bryan. So Bryan Danielson pulls out of fan event. Danielson is a true veteran in the pro wrestling business, as he has competed in numerous promotions. Danielson eventually went to AEW. Since then, he has become a stable of the company. While he might be active in AEW, he had to pull out of an upcoming event. The AEW Dragon has competed against the best of the best in the pro wrestling world. He was involved in a storyline with William Regal and John Moxley, but that storyline seems to be over. Danielson took to his Instagram stories, revealed that he, in fact, would not be appearing at Wells Comic Con on December the 3rd due to unforeseen circumstances. He says here, and I quote, this is what Daniel Bryan said, due to unforeseen circumstances, I will no longer be appearing at Wells Comic Con this Saturday, December the 3rd, 2022. He goes on to say, we are working with the team at Wells Comic Con. My appearance for the spring of 2023. Please stay locked into wellscomiccon.com, as they will have more information once we confirm the new date. End quote. Bryan Danielson is also likely to feud with MJF for the AEW World Championship in the future. We will have to wait and see how AEW will be booking their feud in the coming weeks. Are you guys glad that Danielson is in AEW? Sound off in the live chat. Live chats are open. Anybody who wants to talk. If anybody who wants to give me their thoughts on a story, on all these stories that I'm going over. Now, last but not least, the last news we have, the last AEW Saturday, or should I say Sunday night news we have is on MJF. So apparently, there are AEW spoiler plans for MJF. There are legitimately AEW spoiler plans on the AEW World Champion, MJF. Jacob Freeman. MJF became a huge star after working hard to establish himself in the pro wrestling world. He calls himself the devil of AEW. Fans certainly consider him as well. He is the AEW World Champion. AEW certainly has a lot of plans for MJF. As seen on this week's episode of Dynamite, MJF cut his first promo, which was the biggest promo of his career ever since winning the AEW World Championship at Full Gear. He then blindsided William Regal and put him on a stretcher after his vicious attack, writing William Regal off TV. That was William Regal's last appearance on AEW television, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer newsletter, AEW is currently planning on Bryan Danielson engaging a feud with MJF for the AEW World Championship at AEW Revolution next year. I was right. I've been saying it since last week. I knew it. I said, at first I said, William Regal being put in the ambulance is a storyline injury. This sets up a Bryan Danielson MJF feud. That's what I said last week. I knew it's gonna happen. I knew it's gonna happen, man. So we're getting MJF versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW Championship at Revolution next year. It says here, and I quote, the idea is to build a major program with MJF versus Bryan Danielson for the title. Well, no shit, man. No shit. That's nothing new. It's no surprise to me. MJF putting Regal out as the catalyst. They go on to say, rather, that's the Revolution main event for 3-5 in San Francisco, which would mean it would take 4 months to get to the match, which feels way long, says the Wrestling Observer Radio, says Dave Meltzer. Or they do a TV match. Perhaps use that to build to a pay-per-view match is unknown. End quote. Guess we'll have to find out how MJF will be booked as the AEW World Champion in the coming months. A program with the American Dragon, the American Dragon. Yeah. You guys get what I mean. A program with the American Dragon will certainly elevate MJF to the next level. That's a WrestleMania caliber match right there. Can you imagine Triple H booking MJF versus Bryan Danielson for WrestleMania? That's like Tony Khan. That's just like Tony Khan. That's just like Tony Khan booking Bryan Danielson versus MJF for Revolution. That's how great that match is going to be. It's going to be one of the greatest matches of all time. It's going to be one of the greatest matches of 2022. No, or should I say, one of the greatest matches of 2023. Never mind 22. No question about it. That is going to be one of the greatest rivalries in all of AEW. in AEW history. Anyways, I'm interested to see how that's going to go. Do you guys like MJF? Yes, I do. I'm a huge fan of MJF and his work. He's doing great. Absolutely fantastic. A great talent to have on the AEW men's roster. MJF, to me, is considered the locker room leader in the AEW men's division. He's the real locker room leader. In my eyes. In my eyes, man. And if you don't agree with me, oh well. Deal with it because it's true. Anyways, guys, I'm getting the heck out of here, man. If you guys enjoyed me giving you guys your dirty AEW Sunday Night News, hit that thumbs up. Comment let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments how I did. And please, when I post the voting poll on the community page, please vote, whether I did good or bad or not. Well, it is time for me to go. Unfortunately, I know you guys miss my entertainment. You miss me talking and shitting on wrestling. You miss me saying positive things about wrestling too, which I did. I did that last week. I do that every week, saying positive and negative things about wrestling. Negative things in a positive way, but not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Just like I cuss in the positive way and not in a negative way. Now, and I'm trying to work on not doing that. I'm trying to be a YouTube content creating professional. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. I've seen the YouTube guidelines. I know I'm taking it with precaution and I'm taking it seriously. I'm trying. I really am. I just hope YouTube doesn't delete my channel or I have to start over again. First of all, let's go over the comments. MAG Life. Welcome to the chat, man. What's up? He says, I took a picture of a scene from Young Rock set in 2030 where Dwayne shares his past. It showed Universal title might mean something. Uh-oh. Oh God. They don't even need to have the Universal title on the line. All they need to do is book Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That's it. For WrestleMania 39. That's it. Roman Reigns versus The Rock for WrestleMania 39. That's it. No title should be involved in this feud. No title should be involved in this match. That's all I'm saying to that. Cam Man says, what's good, man? I ain't been here live in a while, but have to finally listen to replays. Keep working hard, brother. I definitely will, man. I am trying. Best believe that. Best believe that, man. Hassan thinks that MJF will be in the Royal Rumble next year. No, man. He's going to be AEW World Champion until 2024, until the war between WWE and AEW, I guess. I guess WWE and AEW will have a war, a bidding war, as to whether they want MJF or not. I don't know what it's about, but he will be champion until 2024. I know that. That's all I know. If I had more information about that, it would be available for me to give to you guys. I just don't have it. I just don't have it like that, man. I just don't have it like that. On to the main event of my holiday weekend movie. I hope you enjoyed that, Hassan. I mean, if that's something you enjoyed, good for you. I mean, can I do AEW Dark and Raw tomorrow night? Raw and AEW Dark does come on tonight. It's Monday now. I have to go back to work today. Unfortunately, my days off have ended. I hate that because I really enjoyed them. Now I have to go back to work. We got another new employee hired. I was told that. I saw the name on the schedule of the new person. hopefully hopefully my managers start bringing in more people. Hopefully they start hiring more people, and hopefully more cooks too. So that way, some of the cooks that's already been there, that's already worked there, can have days off. Like my cook that I work with every Monday and Tuesdays, or every Tuesdays. They've been having him work 6-7 days a week, and I've been feeling bad for his ass, man. I really do. I've been feeling bad for him. No, don't worry. Hopefully, when they start hiring cooks, hopefully he'll get 3-4 days off like he used to when he actually started working there. But anyways, guys, Cam, I'm doing all right, man. I'm grinding, man. I'm working on it. You don't happen to be Raylon, do you? Just wondering. Because I asked him if he had me subscribe to my YouTube channel. He said, yeah. Cam, man, what is your real name? Are you Raylon? I'm just wondering. Just asking. Anyways. I would be shocked if you were. At the same time, I wouldn't be. But I'm getting out of here, guys. I will see you guys in the live chat for your Monday Night Raw review, which will be live Tuesday afternoon before work. I will see you guys there. Peace. Have a good rest of your Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. Oh, wait a minute. By the way, I just got through scheduling my NXT 2022 Deadline pay-per-view watch-along, so go check that out. Get that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. In 5 days, NXT Deadline pay-per-view will be airing on the WWE Network on Peacock. It'll be airing on Peacock. Now, the pay-per-view will start at 7:30 p.m. I'm assuming they're going to do the Deadline kickoff match. I don't know if they're going to be booking a kickoff match or not. I don't know. I guess it's going to kick off with Sam Roberts and Mackenzie Mitchell, the good-looking Mackenzie Mitchell. Anyways, I'm getting off here, guys. Stay safe always. I'll see you guys in the live chat for Monday Night Raw review. And I will have your WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news as well to go over with you guys. Until then, I'll see you there tomorrow. See you later, guys.